Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 1 day time frame for Bitcoin, because again, today we saw another massive pump to the upside, about 6% in a single day here. And currently we are at all-time highs. So this is some absolutely insane bullish momentum that we haven't seen in quite a long time here for Bitcoin. So let's just dive right into this analysis for today. Currently, we're actually breaking out above this 1 Fibonacci extension here, sitting at about 84.3K for the Bitcoin price. Now, in the case we get a daily candle close above this level here, that could be another bullish confirmation signal that we are going higher after that. But at the very least, this is an interesting level to watch here over the next 24 hours or so. Because, for example, if we now confidently close this daily candle above this 84.3K level, then we have a very clear signal of the market either going lower or just retesting that Fibonacci level, right? So for example, let's say that we close at 85K, 86K or whatever, then tomorrow, let's say that we do have a bit of a pullback or something like that. Even on the lower time frames, you could just look towards this 84.3K level, where if we come back down to retest this and then bounce from that level, likely we are just getting another push to the upside. Or if we actually break back down below that level, then potentially it could point towards some more chop or perhaps even some bearish momentum on the lower time frames, because then it could start to look like a rejection from that 1 Fibonacci level, right? So that is just something to keep in mind. But besides that, if we're looking at targets further to the upside, then we do have this 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level here. And this one is sitting at 88.8 thousand for the Bitcoin price. So again, if we do get that daily candle close above 84.3K, then 88.8K is the next Fibonacci target here for Bitcoin. And I mean, after that, it starts to get pretty insane because again, we're just in price discovery here. So there's no previous resistance that we have seen from previous price action. There has just been nothing here. And therefore, there's very little resistance to the upside. As you have already seen right here, after we broke out above this previous all-time high from March, we have seen nothing but insane bullish momentum as well as just price discovery. Now, if I just take this Fibonacci retracement here on the lower time frames, the 4-hour time frame, in fact, we are currently at the 2.618 Fibonacci level, sitting at about 84.8K for the Bitcoin price, and this could act as a short-term level of resistance. So what you may notice here as well on the lower time frames is that we have a bit of a pocket here between 84.8K and 84.3K for the Bitcoin price. Potentially we could chop around in for a little bit, but at the same time, again, if we are now breaking out above that 2.618 Fibonacci level, then there is just very little resistance until we reach about 88K for the Bitcoin price. So yeah, overall, this is all still looking bullish. I'm still praying for the bears. Over the last week or so, we have seen many bearish divergences on the 4-hour as well as the 1-hour time frame. But as I kept saying over and over again, be very careful shorting a bearish divergence like that, because basically, for example, this one right here, we had a bearish divergence, got a little move to the downside, and then we already started hearing the bears get really loud saying like 50K is coming next or something like that. But it just turned around immediately and absolutely liquidated all the bears on this move to the upside here. So I will just keep repeating the same things over and over again until this insane bullish momentum stops. Be careful trying to open up short positions right now, because you are literally shorting some insane bullish momentum to the upside. Moving on to the 4-hour RSI momentum indicator for Bitcoin. This is currently in extreme overbought conditions, currently at about 85 on that 4-hour RSI. And this actually leads me to an interesting question that I got from Nick inside my Discord community earlier today. He asked me what normally happens during a phase like this. Does the RSI, for example, still work? Or does it not matter because coins just keep going while being in overbought territory? Well, the thing with this RSI is that, for example, while we were in that big consolidation for Bitcoin, I'm sorry about this was actually a middle finger pattern to the bears. Let me just get rid of that. But anyway, so when we were in this big consolidation here for Bitcoin, here it was actually pretty easy to trade the lower time frames, because whenever we basically reached into that overbought territory on the 4-hour time frame, it was quite likely at that point that we would get some kind of reset back to the downside on that lower time frame, either by the price trading sideways or getting some bearish momentum in the short term. But now that we are seeing this insane bullish momentum and just a crazy amount of FOMO in the market, it becomes a lot harder to start using this RSI now. Because, for example, here you can see it actually in action. So here we were in that range, and whenever we kind of touched into this overbought territory, we would reset back down to around this 50 level here. But again, currently we are in some kind of insane move to the upside, and therefore people just keep buying over and over again. Now, yes, I am very certain that at some point the RSI is going to reset back to the downside once again. But personally, I am not basing any trades off of me expecting something like this, because before this RSI starts resetting, it could literally reach 95, for example, with Bitcoin being at like 95K or something like that. So by then you will definitely have been liquidated out of that short position. And because it is so unpredictable right now, I do not want to be using this RSI in my analysis until some more rational thought and just objective analysis returns to the market participants. So hopefully that answers your question. And guys, if you have some questions for me, maybe you're new here in crypto, feel free to ask me in the comments below this video, and I will try to answer as many of them as I can. Next, taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. First of all, on this 48-hour time frame, right here over the last 48 hours, you can see that we actually took out a big level of liquidity right here at about 80.7K for the Bitcoin price, then reversed to the downside to grab another big pocket of liquidity here at about 79K. And now since we got this move to the upside, we took out another massive level of liquidity at about 83K for the Bitcoin price. So now taking a look at the current situation, where are we at with this liquidity here? Well, there is some liquidity to the upside at about 85.8K. Here we have about $60 million worth of Bitcoin short positions that would get liquidated if the Bitcoin price reaches that level. However, on this 48-hour time frame, most of the liquidity is now to the downside, sitting at about 81.2K. Why is this important? Well, typically the Bitcoin price gets attracted to where there is the most liquidity on this chart. So I'm not calling for 81K, but I'm just saying if you start to see some of those signals in the charts right now, then that could be a potential area that the Bitcoin price is targeting. Now, guys, before I leave off here, I've been going crazy with the Road to 1 Million signals inside my Discord community, which you can get access to completely for free. And here you can see some of the results of people that are trading those signals. We are just seeing some massive gains inside the community here. So the Road to 1 Million community is absolutely crushing it here. Absolutely amazing to see, and therefore I want to invite you to this as well. All you have to do is join the Discord community with the link in the video description. And once you're in here and verified, you go to this Trading Signals Access channel and simply follow these 3 steps right here. And like I said, once you've done those 3 things, then you will have access to my trading signals completely for free. So this has been today's market update. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.